Hey Hope Kids, Pastor Tony here, and it's another Sunday, so that means Hope Kids at home for today. Today we are introducing a brand new life app called Hope. Hope is believing something good can come from something bad, and what better time to talk about hope than now? My guess is you have probably made a lot of statements that involved hope in it. I hope I get to see my friends soon. I hope I get to leave my house. I hope that this whole coronavirus pandemic thing ends. And even deeper, I hope my mom and dad are safe. I hope my grandma and grandpa are healthy. There's a lot of things that we are hopeful for right now. And so we are going to be diving into 4 stories around Jesus, around hope. Because the reality is, and the truth is that God is the ultimate source that we could put our hope in. In today's story that you guys are going to watch here in a little bit, you're going to see how Jesus, this event with Jesus called the Triumphant Entry, is now going to be the beginning part of him bringing hope to the world. And you're going to see that this story is actually going to fulfill prophecy from hundreds of years ago that the disciples didn't really understand, but it's something that reveals something in God's character, that we can trust him no matter what, that we could put our faith in him, and that he keeps his promises. So go ahead and check out this video, and I'll see you after it's done.
This is fun. Hello, I'm Brandon.
And I'm Lawson.
Welcome to the So and So Show, where we try to turn things up.
Without blowing things up. Except for maybe a balloon. Meet Mr. Zeppy. Oh.
Sorry.
Brandon!
I don't know what came over me. It won't happen again.
This is Miss Zeppy. Brandon!
I'm sorry. I can't help it. I see a balloon. I just have to pop it.
Boy Zeppy. Ah! Girl Zeppy. Ah! Brandon! Baby Zeppy.
Aw.
You disgust me.
I'm sorry. I have a problem.
A problem? I think you have way more than a... I have an alert.
Oh. What are you doing?
Checking in on the baseball game.
Oh, but you don't watch baseball. Hey, you're wearing a baseball jersey.
Yep. And thanks for noticing. And you're right, normally I'd prefer a little more kicking in my sports, but I was at that new restaurant last night, Wings, Waffles, and Whatnots.
Sure, why wouldn't you be?
And I met Bruno the Bean Batista, and he plays
Yeah, I know who he plays for.
Anyways, he promised me he'd hit me a home run today.
Oh, well, you know, things don't always work out. Oh.
He just struck out.
Yeah, it happens.
Do you know what this means?
His team lost.
No, he broke his promise.
Lawson, I don't think that it matters that he broke his promise.
What is this world coming to?
I think Bruno was just being nice.
You call dashing a little boy's hopes and dreams nice?
There was a little boy there too?
I'm talking about me.
Oh.
You know what? Okay, I'm
Now what are you doing?
done with it. Do you know what today is?
Is this a trick question?
It's the final round of the Legends Golf Tournament.
Yes, it is.
Well, also when I was at Winged Waffles and Whatnots, guess who I met?
A leprechaun.
No! Chip Fairway, the golfer, he's in the tournament. Anyways, he promised me he would hit me a hole-in-one on hole number 16 for me.
He did not.
Yes, he did, and I've been following him.
What hole is he on now?
14.
Okay. Well, while we wait for the inevitable, why don't we play a game?
Sounds good to me.
Let's play Driving Donuts.
Quite a coincidence you had this game ready.
I know. The game is simple. I'm going to roll these donuts at you, and all you have to do is hit one with that golf club.
That's it?
That's it. Oh, no, I forgot. You're also blindfolded.
What? How am I supposed to hit anything now?
Listen to the sound of my voice. I will tell you when to swing.
Okay.
All right. Try it. Perfect.
All right, how's that?
That's good. Oh, there is one more thing.
What's that?
Spin around 10 times.
Are you serious?
Yep, I am. 1,
2.
3, 4.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Driving Donuts.
That's right, Driving Donuts is brought to you as always by the Zeppi Balloon family and by some pastry shop somewhere.
Why are we whispering?
Oh, it's just common in golf to do that. It's normal. Don't worry about it.
Sorry. All right, here he goes. Wow, look at that.
The pitch?
Really not good form.
No, he is very bad at this.
What is this outfit he's wearing? Black pants with brown shoes? Mate,
That's common in Driving Donuts, I believe.
oh, he
I
missed
think
again. All for 3.
My fault.
You know, this might be a lot more exciting if he could see what he was doing.
I bet. I wonder why they put the blindfold on.
I think the chances of him hitting one are probably 0.
Swing.
Oh, he hit one. It's a miracle.
Wow.
It's a literal miracle.
Smelly upside.
And now
oh,
he's
and there
eating
he
a donut.
goes. He
That's
ate
really
a
gross.
donut.
I like to thank my mother and my father and you. You're welcome.
Wow, I did it. Well, that was fun, but those commentators are harsh.
Tell me about it.
I just did. Oh! Oh, Chip's getting ready to tee off on the 16th.
Lawson, I don't want you to get your hopes up.
It's
okay?
up and...
In the water.
Are you kidding me? He promised. Who hits the ball into the water? Oh no, it's a disaster. I can't.
It's Bible story time with Kellen.
Hey guys, who's ready for a Bible story?
Me.
Only if you promise it'll be good.
Funny you should mention that because today's story is about a promise. A promise that was made a long time ago. You see,
Hey, yo!
hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Did you just talk?
Yeah, sure did. I'm Tony.
Okay, yeah, we don't have time for this.
No, come on. Interview the talking donkey.
Might cheer me up.
Please, Kellen.
Okay, fine. What are you doing here, Tony?
Well, I heard that you was telling the story, and I thought to myself, hey, Tony, why is he telling your story?
Your story?
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Yeah, the story you were about to tell, the story about the promise, you know, the story of Palm Sunday.
So what? You want to tell the story?
Well, thanks. I thought you'd never ask. Okay, goes like this. Years ago, when I was a little colt, I was tied up in a tiny village of Bethpage, right outside of Jerusalem. Hey, you know it?
I mean, I've never been, but
Yeah, so there I was, minding my own business, eating some hay, when all of a sudden, these two dudes, they walk up and they start to untie me, right? Well, my owner was like, hey, what are you doing with Tony? And one of these guys says, the Lord needs him. I thought this was a little vague, but my owner, he was like, whoa, okay. So they took me.
wait a minute. Are you telling me you're the donkey in the story?
Oh, look who just decided to turn his ears on. Yes, I'm Tony, the donkey in the story. Can I keep going here?
Sure, yes,
I
continue.
appreciate it so very much. So, they took me over towards Jerusalem and put their coats on me, right? I gotta say, I looked pretty sweet. So the next thing you know, they put this guy on my back, right?
Jesus.
Dude, are you kidding me? Spoiler alert, did you really just give away my main plot point?
I'm sorry. Carry on.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so yes, the Jesus was put onto my back. And then we started into Jerusalem. Then a bunch of people came out to see us and they started throwing their coats on the road, like for me to walk on, so I didn't like walk on the dirt and stuff. So then, I don't know, maybe they ran out of the coats or whatever happened, but they started throwing palm branches out in front of me. And I'm walking here on like a carpet of palm branches. It was amazing. My hooves have never felt so taken care of.
And the people were saying stuff, right?
Oh, no, not saying. They were shouting. They were shouting, Hosanna! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord. They were shouting, blessed is the King of
That must
Israel.
have been pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah, you bet. That's when I knew that this Jesus guy had to be important, right? And to think, God had been promising this moment for hundreds of years.
That's true. The prophet Zechariah. Oh, can I tell this part?
Sure. It's your show, whatever.
God spoke to his people through the prophet Zechariah hundreds of years before. He said, City of Zion, do not be afraid. See, your king is coming. He is sitting on a donkey's colt.
You hear that? When God says something's gonna happen, it happens. You better believe that.
That's truly incredible.
I know, right? Yeah, so, that's my story. I'm kind of famous.
I think Jesus is probably the famous one in this story.
Yeah, okay, you're probably right. Hey, I'll tell you what, I'll see you next time you need a talking donkey to tell your story.
I don't think there are many talking donkeys in the Bible. Well, there is this one.
Yeah, me. I'll see you.
That was silly. But the story was true. When Jesus came into Jerusalem riding on that donkey, he received a hero's welcome. And God knew it was going to happen all along. And it's not the only time one of God's promises about Jesus came true. The Old Testament is filled with God's promises, and God keeps them every time. Back to you guys.
Well, now I just feel silly.
Isn't that a normal feeling for you?
Maybe. But I'm talking about this whole promise thing. I shouldn't have gotten so worked up.
Yeah, well, promises are big deals. You know what? This is a perfect time to reveal today's question. Reveal the question. What promises does God have for you? Anything pop in your head, Lawson?
Well, God promises to love me no matter what I do, which is pretty incredible because I do some extremely not so smart things.
Don't we all? Ooh, what's that?
Oh yeah, I forgot I met someone else at the restaurant.
Oh, I've got to go to this place.
Tall Man Jones, and he promised me an upside down slam dunk.
I've got to get them to quit making these promises.
Oh.
We'll see you guys next week for a brand new show.
Ow.
Or at least I will.
Here we go. You ready? I'm gonna roll it.
Okay.
And we're rolling. Go, swing. All right, so close.
Was
Here
it
we go.
close?
Little late. Here we
Okay.
go. And swing. Okay, that was much quicker than the first one. Ready? Swing. So close. All right, one more time. Here we go.
All right.
Swing. Oh!
I'm the champion of this game! Oh.
So Jesus fulfilled a prophecy from hundreds of years ago. The prophet Isaiah told about this to the people at the time that would not happen until this very event through the triumphant entry of Jesus. Because Jesus fulfilled this prophecy, we know this truth of God is that no matter what happens, God keeps his promises. And there are thousands of promises in the Bible that God has kept. Promises like he is with us, he loves us, and ultimately he brings us hope. So this next week, I want you to remember a couple of truths. That no matter what happens, God keeps his promises. And because of that, because God has never broken a promise, we can trust God no matter what. So no matter what you go through this next week, no matter what you're feeling, no matter what happens, we can put our faith and trust in God because he keeps his promises. We can have hope in who God is. The second thing I want you guys to know, and it's actually a challenge for this next week, is for you guys to know the monthly memory verse. Our verse is found from John 16, verse 33. And it says this, "For this world, this earth is going to have many trials and sorrows, but take heart because I have overcome the world." Jesus is saying this, and he says not if we have trials, or if we have sorrows, or if we have bad times, but when. Meaning they're going to happen, and we know this is true because we're going through a tough time right now. But we can take heart, meaning we can have hope because Jesus has overcome the world. Jesus has overcome every single trial, every single hard time, every single tough time, every single bad time. And because of that, we can put our faith and trust in him, not just in the good times, but also in the bad times as well. So no matter what you're feeling this next week, whether you're feeling sad, whether you're mad, whether things are too hard, remember that God is with you, and remember that God keeps his promises. And because of that, we could put our faith and trust in him. What I want you guys to do too is I want you guys to download your God time for this week. Make sure you guys do that, because this is a great way for you guys to remind yourselves as far as the promises that God has for us when it comes to having hope in him. There are 4 scriptures that you guys can do this next week, so make sure you guys download that, and that way you guys can spend time with God this next week, and he can remind you of the hope that's found ultimately and only through him. Parents, make sure you guys download the Parent Cue for discussion questions and different ideas for you guys to continue the conversation about hope this next week. If you just watch this with your family, make sure you guys download the family activity guide so you guys can do a couple of games and activities to help reinforce this truth, and it will help reinforce the conversation this next week as well. And if you just watch this with your small group leader will have some discussion questions for you guys to help process what you guys just heard about this story of the triumphant entry and the promises that Jesus fulfilled from the prophet Isaiah. Know that we miss you, Hope Kids. Know that we're praying for you, and we'll see you guys next week for another edition of Hope Kids at Home.